Let me see.
Hey, y'all, YouTube. Welcome back to the Major Number 2 Bubby. Today we're going to be talking about another video. We're going to be talking about LP versus JQ. This game was exactly what we expected. Exactly what we expected from Lamar Peters and from JQ
Right.
in this game. But I do want to give JQ some credit. Well, first of all, hit the like button and subscribe. Hit the like button, subscribe, Patreon link, Discord link, signature link, third channel link. All that in the description, man. You guys want to subscribe to my Twitch. Follow my Twitch as well. Do that, man. It's going to help me a lot. We're going live tonight and talk about the aftermath and watch some of the Instagram lives and stuff like that. So if you guys want to lock in with me tonight, we're going to be live at 8:30 Eastern. 8:30 Eastern. We're going to be live and talking about everything. So make sure you guys lock in with me. But today, right now, we're going to be talking about JQ versus Lamar. I just think Lamar showed why experience matters and why learning from previous endeavors is always going to give you a head start in front of somebody that just started. JQ didn't understand, to me, nothing about one-on-one in this matchup. Nothing about one-on-one. And Lamar exposed that. Lamar got open threes. Lamar got to the rim. Lamar got what he wanted when he wanted in this matchup. But what I do want to do is, man, I want to commend Jelly JQ, bro, because there was a particular instance in this one-on-one where Lamar went for a drive hard right, tried to bump JQ, and JQ wasn't going for it. And I think that's huge, right? Let me tell you why that's huge. Mentally, I think JQ can stay and he can thrive. I think he has a bright future in this space, unless he goes overseas and makes his.
Honestly, I don't really want to see him stay in this space too crazy. I'm not gonna lie. It'd probably be nice, but I don't know. Like, I know everybody fuck with his game and whatnot, but I don't know as far as his personality. That's pretty much all I'm saying. Like, I know they want to get more NBA niggas or like pro niggas or like known niggas, but like, I feel like he'll hold his own. Don't get me wrong, but I don't feel like his personality gonna thrive unless he literally like becomes one of the top 5 niggas, which he definitely could. But I feel like if he fuck around and lose like another matchup or something, one, it's gonna look bad, and two, it's just not gonna be like exciting for niggas to want to watch anymore. As far as like just him and his like whole persona and whatnot. Lamar, he sells them matchups. Win, lose, or draw. Well, I don't want to say draw no more. I'm gonna just take that out the air. But win or lose, Lamar sell them matchups. That shit always gonna be. Even if he lost, well, nah, if he lost, it would have been crazy. But his personality is perfect. You know what I'm saying? Isaiah Briscoe, as much as niggas would be like, oh, it would be great for him to be on the scene, his personality is ass. It's ass. He don't even got no respect for this. If we talking about skill and things that's going on, then it's cool. But if we talking about just like he's not taking the shit serious. He just don't make the shit seem like if it wasn't what it was with Nas, like and him like Woody, whatever, like it would have been boring. It would have been like, you know, like he don't respect it. When Bees and Lance came on here, I'm not saying they was like, oh my God, like, but they bought in. They made that shit. You feel me? They made that shit what it was. They made it. They made everybody tune in. They made niggas want to watch. So, as much as like niggas want to go get pro niggas and whatnot, it only makes sense for them to stay if they buy in for real. Like how Marquise Teague, he ain't all the way bought in, but he bought in enough. He know not to come in there and just bullshit. So if he was to come in there, you know what I'm saying? Ty Lawson, he bought into that motherfucker. You feel me? It only works for that first matchup when they not fully bought in. But if they still on like, you know what I'm saying, or they, you know, they don't really want to take it as serious, and they just be like, well, you know, it's just different. If they just gonna fade away for real, nobody gonna want to see the shit no more. Now, if people want to see JQ versus Scoob, because you know that makes sense because he kind of disrespected Scoob, and you know that just makes sense. But if he loses to Scoob, which he probably would, you know, who else would he play? And who else would it make sense for him to play for it to still be something that niggas would want to watch? Because at that point, he'd be 0-2. And at that point, I don't see him really being like, oh, yeah, like, let me really play everybody. Woo-doo-woo. Like, I don't really see him saying all that. Unless he do. But if he don't, niggas gonna be like, all right, he got packed up, get him the fuck out of here. Niggas could say that shit right now, for real. They could say that right now about him, for real. But, you know, Scoob say he want to play him. And he did talk shit about Scoob, so that's still there. But I don't see him being Scoob, for one. And two, yeah, that's the main thing. That's the hard stamp thing. I don't see him being Scoob. And then two, you know what I'm saying? I don't see him taking it, like, wanting to take it serious. Like, I just see him being like, well, you know, fuck it, I'm going to go play overseas. Like, that's what I see. And I could get into his character and, like, him being a quitter and all that. I could get into all that. But, you know, it's easy to kick a nigga while he down. And I already named 2 big reasons. So that's all I'm going to leave it at. But you could add all that on if you wanted to. But, you know, that's me. That's just me, though.
Chicken that way. But I think he has a bright future in this space if he stays in, because that bump right there. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see if it's
the bump
here.
was strong, though. I didn't think he'd be able to take a bump like that. Even though it was illegal. It was an illegal bump, though. It was an illegal bump. It was shoulder to shoulder. You can't do shoulder to shoulder as a defensive player. You can't do that. That's not a legal guarding position. It's got to be shoulder to chest. So if you take the bump, it's got to be your chest or, like, you know what I'm saying, somewhere on it can't be. Yeah, you feel me? Even though it shows some shit, though.
What's going on? This video was sponsored by Prize Picks, the best place to win cash while watching sports.
This nigga here.
Got a lineup. Let's get to it. Y'all chat, but there was a particular bump that occurred. Man, I hope, here it is right here. Yo, chat, comment section. This bump right here is when I knew
that's the one.
Jelly JQ is. I knew he was gonna lose, but I know he could stay.
Mike Tyson,
I was like, yeah, he ready. I was like, okay. It's moments like this.
That one right there.
That tell you whether or not these guys can be in the space long term, because these bumps like this occur all the time. And if you're willing to withstand them and have the mentality the way JQ had right here, to talk and let Lamar know, okay, I ain't going to Lamar like, all right, man. He like, all right, man, let's get it there. We about to bump it here. You know what I'm saying? I think that's very, very
I understand that. I understand that. But, like, outside of that moment, I don't really see his personality really being, like, doing that long term, though. Not for once. Unless, like I said, he plays Scoob, and he gonna have to beat Scoob. But, like, I don't see him being Scoob. But, like, it's tough because if he lose 2 in a row, that's crazy. He go 0 for 2, that's crazy. And it's not like he really want to play nobody else, because Marquise Teese already said he can't play him. He already said, oh, you lost Lamar, so you can't even play me. So that storyline or whatever, relevance, is gone. So the only other nigga he would be able to play without it just being on some regular shit would be Scoob. And if he loses to Scoob after losing to Lamar and after saying the shit that he said, like, you lost to a YouTube nigga, humble up, and he lost to Lamar and the nigga that he said humble up about, you know, like, if he had a change in attitude after that and was like, all right, fuck that, I'm on all type time and woo-doo-woo like Lamar has, even though Lamar been on that type timing, then I could possibly see it. But I don't really see him changing his tune like that because he ain't never really been that type of nigga. Not like that. Not from what I've seen him growing up and shit. Not like that. So, I don't know, bro. I don't know.
And JQ showed me some things. I would like to see him play Scar. I would like to see him play Reese. I would like to see him play.
Like these are all matchups that would be great from our perspective, as far as like just play style and woody woo. But if you're looking at like progression, he fuck around lose to Scoob, niggas gonna be like, all right. You know what I'm saying? Niggas gonna be like, all right. Like realistically, niggas gonna be like, all right. Unless he literally, like I'm talking about, he would have to have a change, like a big change in perspective. And I don't see him just playing a Scar, fucking what's his name? Who else he named? J. Lou.
JQ showed me some things. I would like to see him play Scar. I would like to see him play Reese. I would like to see him play
like
Mike Harden.
I don't see him playing those niggas specifically. Because one, that's TNC, that's out the way, right? Not to say that TNC wouldn't, you know what I'm saying? But that, like, he would have to really bite down on like this whole scene. And it would have to be after playing Scoob, because Scoob is right there. Scoob was in the same building when he said what he said. Scoob right there. So that's an easy ball. It's like OT, like, I don't see him leaving to jump and play. You know what I'm saying? All these other niggas in TNC before he plays Scoob, if he was to, unless they trying to make it a pay-per-view for whatever reason in a later date. But even then, he said he negotiating overseas shit. This is like a little whatever. So you know what I'm saying? He already got his mind other places. There's just so many other factors. I don't really see him staying in this shit for real. Not realistically. And I don't even know if I want to, based off of his attitude. And, you know, just from what niggas have seen.
I'd like to see him play, if he would like to, man. If he would like to stay in the space. Guys like that, man, to where he could potentially win some games.
You see how you say potentially win, though? Like, after a loss like that, like, the hype is going to die down. Like, niggas already know who you are. Like, it ain't, oh, he the jelly nigga no more. This going to be fire. Like, it's like, no, like, you lost, and now you here. So it's going to die down. It's going to chop in half. You know what I'm saying? It's going to chop in half damn near.
And just, you know, kind of build a resume if you would like to. I'm not saying he's going to beat those guys because that's still good games. That's great games for him. He's going to have to go out there and perform and learn nuances. But I think just based off what he displayed in this one-on-one, he didn't guard.
Losing, bro.
He didn't guard.
Especially coming off of a high-profile game. You can't come in this shit and just be losing. If you lose, you gotta win quick. That's the thing. So it's like the niggas that have been here and got their losses out the way, but the niggas that try to come in here hot, you come in here and lose, it's hard to get that same, you know, hype back after you lose, especially when you lost your first one and it was a big one. It's hard to get back to that point. Like, Lamar done had to play how many niggas before niggas is like, okay, cool, like he could play Scoob again, like, you know what I'm saying?
At all. But I just think mentally,
even when Rob lost to Scoob, he had to play like a whole bunch of niggas before he played Zay. And even then, they gave him Zay because it only made sense. Because he literally was undefeated before he lost to Scoob. You know what I'm saying? Like, he already had the resume for real. So he didn't have to do as much. But a nigga that come in hot, play a pay-per-view, and then lose, they got to fight and, you know what I'm saying, really want to come back like Lamar did. I don't know if I see that for JQ.
The nuances and learning the different things in one-on-ones, I think he could be successful. I think he could be a really good.
Nitty said the 1v1 scene not even for him. I keep pausing that, I know. But that's why Nitty said the 1v1 scene not for him. He said, this my only one I'm doing. I think even if he won, he not doing this shit no more. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, you got to think.
1v1 player, getting in the weight room, getting in better shape. He made threes at a really good clip in his one-on-one. The game was very quick though, but I do want to transition to Lamar. And
it's like boxing in that sense. You come in here and you lose, you have to fight back to get back to where you was at. you're gonna have to fight back to get back that respect. You're gonna have to.
What he was able to do in this particular game, right? I think Lamar is really, really, what's the words I'm looking for? Comment section in chat. Learning, and I think he's getting into a final form situation. He's getting into a final form situation, man. I know, although he missed that clip. This is exactly what I expected from LP when he first came onto the scene. Grittiness, shot making, explosiveness. He made some really good right-hand finishes in this game and ones. Played off 2 feet a couple times, bumped a couple times. The only thing I didn't like that LP did in this game was he played with his foot a little bit. I don't think in my opinion, JQ shouldn't have got the 15, but LP gave him some shots. I think LP gave him 5 threes, literally. And as a result, JQ is a basketball player. He's going to make them. But LP got everything you need in a one-on-one basketball player, man, which is why I think he should play a Nas, a Rob, a Zay. Like he's there right now. He's there right now to play those guys and make it really good paydays and make the promo really, really good and sell that matchup. And it could be a great game, bro. I really do feel like that, man. But LP, amazing game. Way to hoop and get the job done, bro. This is what I expected from you when you first came onto the scene, honestly speaking. But I do want to talk about Bruce and Zay a little bit. Let's talk. Where's Bruce and Zay? Bruce and Zay is right here. I'm not gonna lie to you. This game was shocking.
That's an underrated game
because Zay was able to. Wait. Listen. I know y'all.
Oh my God, bro. B, stop playing.
War. Love is passionate. War is passionate. If you love to the video, expecting. I'm pretty sure Bruce was not expecting that at all. In the description. Love y'all. Let's get back to the video. Work off that float, going left and make threes. I think Zay probably made 6 threes, and that's something that Bruce wasn't expecting. I'm pretty sure Bruce was not expecting that at all. He was very, very efficient from 3 with Zay, but Bruce had a really good start though. That's tough. Try it again. That's super tough, Bruce. Bruce had a really good start. I think he came out 7-0. I think Bruce came out 7-0. Played really, really well to start the game, but Rob also did that against Zay, and Zay walked him down a little bit, and then Rob ended up winning. Just great D. What I will say is my only critique of Bruce is that he's going to have to get a little bit more wiggle into his game, man. I think Bruce is a phenomenal player. I think Bruce can hoop at the highest level, but he's just going to need a little bit more wiggle in his game. He wasn't able to shift Zay as much as he could have. Or should have, and as a result, Zay was able to figure him out down the stretch and hold Bruce at 21. The thing that separated Zay in this one-on-one was his ability to make the 3-ball. Zay floating out to the left, shooting off of that God hand, opened up the entire game for him. And once he's made a couple and Bruce had to respect it, he was able to get downhill, get to his mid-range, get to his floats, get to the rim, finish off 2 feet. And we all know.
I ain't gonna lie. I just want to hear what he said about Lamar and JQ. All this other stuff we already talked about for real. I could watch the Nesco shit, but I'm kind of over talking about the live or the fucking pay-per-view for now. Yeah, I'm kind of over the pay-per-view.